Today, I'm asking a simple question. Can Kanto's gym leaders beat the Elite Four in Fire Red? I mean, no way. However, what if I handpicked 6 Pokemon across all of Kanto's gym leaders to create the best team possible in my eyes? A hit squad to take down the Elite Four, to maybe make beating them possible. Everything down to their level, nature, IVs, held items or lack thereof, and movesets will all be identical to the Pokemon from the gym leaders I take them from. This presents a few obvious problems, such as the significant level disadvantage, and the gym leaders' Pokemon actually have 0 IVs across the board. While, turns out, as soon as you get to Lorelei and the Elite Four, they all have 30 IVs. And of course, we don't have any EVs either, so we're in for a rough ride. Still, there are some advantages. I am a human with a lot of experience playing these games for one, even if I am just a little stupid. Also, there's the badge boost, which is a thing for the first 3 generations. Upon defeating certain gyms, you obtain a passive boost to certain stats, such as Brock giving you a 12.5% boost to attack, Surge giving speed, and so on. In Gen 3 it's a 10% boost, but close enough. Anyway, that means all of our stats are 10% higher than they appear. It may not be enough, but this gives me the hope I need to at least try this challenge. So without further ado, let's go over the rules. We must create a team of 6 with any of Kanto's gym leader's Pokemon. You can take multiple from the same gym leader. You have access to the gym leader's items if you selected at least one Pokemon from their team. The battles will be in set battle mode. After every battle, we'll be fully healed, PP included, and to win, simply we have to beat the champion, who has a Charizard for his starter. With the rules cleared up, let's go over the Pokemon I've selected. First up is Gym 5 Koga's Weezing, at level 43, sporting a solid defensive type and stats, only scared of psychic attacks, which aren't too common. Its moveset isn't anything too impressive, but Toxic and Smokescreen could be the key to some victories if we find good opportunities to stall. Second is Gym 6 Sabrina's Mr. Mime, the weakest team member at level 37. I chose it for its barrier and Calm Mind Baton Pass strats. If we find an opening, boosting up to close the stat gap and enable a sweep may make light work of certain battles. Third is her Alakazam at level 43. Amazing stats, high speed, high special attack with Calm Mind, Recover and Psychic. Selected special attackers could be setup fodder for this brainy fella. Fourth is Gym 7 Blaine's Arcanine at level 47. A very competent level with powerful Fire Blast. With a high base stat total, I've looked past the rest of its otherwise mediocre moveset for something that can tank a hit. And of course, the Intimidate ability could be incredible here. Fifth is Gym 8 Giovanni's Nidoking at level 45. I've picked for its Poison Sting. Nah, I'm just kidding. Earthquake Spammer with decent all-round stats and level. Also Poison Point if nothing else. To enable some passive damage, could be all we need sometimes. Last is his Rhyhorn at level 50. Certain Pokemon just won't be able to hit him for much. And Rock Blast should be solid against Pokemon like Blue's Pidgeot or Lance's Aerodactyl. If it lands, of course. While its stats are low, I'm thinking if we manage to level this guy up once, needing specifically 9,563 experience, then we can get a ride on, with far superior stats all around. Though with the first 2 Elite Four members having water and fighting types, it may be tough to pull that off. Since we're using Pokemon from 4 different gym leaders, all of them have 2 Hyper Potions and a full heal, that means in battle, we have 8 Hyper Potions and 4 full heals for this entire challenge, to be used in battle. Now with our team assembled, underleveled, with no IVs, no EVs, no held items, lackluster movesets, but with the heart and determination of Kanto's finest gym leaders backing them, let's see if they can defy the odds. Our first target, Lorelei, an Ice-type trainer, except she uses more water types. It's not a good matchup for us, but it's better to have a bad matchup now since she is the weakest trainer. Let's do a bit of scouting here. She leads with Dugong that only has special attacks, and we should outspeed with Alakazam. If we can set up Calm Minds, maybe we can outright sweep her team? Well, we do outspeed. That's +1. Dugong hails. Great start. We go +2, and they safeguard. Perfect. No way their Surf or Ice Beams will two-shot us now. +3. Ice Beam. Crit. The first attack, really? Okay, well, maybe Weezing can tank, barely. He can. And Smokescreen, okay, this gives us a chance. And Ice Beam, rip. Rhyhorn, Arcanine, and Nidoking will all be one-shot, so our last real chance of winning is boosting up with Mr. Mime. We set up to +2, Ice Beam lands and freezes. Come on. Look, just Thaw and we'll be good. We don't Thaw. Okay, that's attempt 1. Attempt 2, I lead Koga's Wheezing. If we can lower its accuracy enough with Smokescreen, then it'll just make boosting a whole lot safer. It gets Dugong to -3 accuracy before fainting, and this time Alakazam manages to boost to +6. Does Psychic one-shot? It does, come on, sweep time. Lapras next. It's tanky, but I think we... never mind. I actually think Future Sight will be instrumental here. If we set one up on Dugong, we can time it to activate as soon as Lapras hits the field, giving us that damage we need. The only thing is it's 90% accurate for some reason. Either way, I think we're onto a winning strat here, considering the only other physical attack Lorelei has outside of Lapras is Double Slap Jinx. Attempt 3, we only manage one Smokescreen before fainting, but Alakazam manages to set up to +6 again. Uses Future Sight, recover to stall a turn, and Psychic for the KO. Lapras in, and there it is. Taking it down to half. Alakazam outspeeds and knocks it out. Hey there, Cloyster. See ya, Cloyster. 4th is Slowbro. Psychic deals a solid 2/3. Surf and Retaliation doesn't do much, and another Future Sight. Her Jinx has Sweet Kiss and Attract, and I don't want to chance it. We recover to stall, and Psychic knocks it out. Future Sight immediately takes Jinx to the red. Full restore, but I'm sure Psychic 2-shots. Which it does. And we even outspeed. Awesome. Clean fight. I thought Future Sight would be a wasted move slot, but turns out it was instrumental to securing victory. I'm hoping we'll find good use for it in future battles. We fully heal to prepare for our next fight, which is against Bruno. Looking at his team, 2 Onixes mono fighting with not great coverage, I'm thinking this should be a step down from Lorelei. Let's see. He sends out Onix, and I Wheezing. Its Iron Tail doesn't do too much, and Toxic lands. Next, we Smokescreen. I really think we need to get some XP on Rhyhorn, so I'm taking it slow to angle a safe entry for the lad. We lower its accuracy more while Onix still somehow lands Iron Tail. Now we switch Rhyhorn in, luckily dodging. Earthquake from Onix does more than expected, but we tank and retaliate with our own EQ, nabbing the KO. Next in, Onix 2, time to switch back into Wheezing. On the Earthquake. It double edges next turn, which we barely tank and manage to Smokescreen. Onix misses a handful of times, allowing us to Toxic and further lower its accuracy before eventually succumbing to Double Edge. Nidoking makes his debut, takes a Double Edge, and knocks Onix 2 out with its own Earthquake. Now the real fight begins. Hitmonlee next. It Mega Kicks but misses, lucky. Since it's quite frail, Earthquake will be enough to 2-shot it. Mega Kick misses again, okay, Nidoking is blessed, and Earthquake knocks it out. Machamp switches in. Nido lands decent damage with Earthquake, and Machamp Rock Tombs? I mean, it's only got resisted moves, I guess, but why not Cross Chop? You even have the Guts ability, you want to be poisoned by me. Well, it Cross Chops next turn, but Nido just barely hangs on, getting a second Earthquake off. But with Machamp Citrus Berry, it's still over half health. Next turn, expectedly, Cross Chop knocks Nido out. We send in Rhyhorn for the XP, and immediately switch to the sacrifice, Mr. Mime, to safely get Arcanine in, and Intimidate. We outspeed, and land Fire Blast, burning Machamp, which, remember I said he's got the Guts ability? Thankfully though, it uses Scary Face. Next turn, Bruno full restores, Fire Blast looking like a 3-shot, and Cross Chop, even with Intimidate, deals just enough to 2-shot us. Fire Blast again, and full restore. Fire Blast, Cross Chop, Arcanine faints. Well, now we can safely switch in Alakazam, easily outspeed and one-shot with Psychic. Oh, phew, Scary Face, okay. And Bulk Up, great. Thank you, Bruno. Psychic for the knockout. Now only Hitmonchan left, a Pipe Dream, but we switch into Rhyhorn to try and snag some XP, but expectedly Hitmonchan punches it into the dirt. No matter, Alakazam outspeeds, Psychic, one-shot with a crit, Bruno down. I know the team took a beating here, but most of that was taking somewhat calculated risks to give Rhyhorn more experience, so the fight could be smoother if we didn't play around that. Either way, Bruno down on the first try. These Pokemon are putting in good work, though I'm nervous for what is next. It's Agatha, and this is where this challenge becomes actually serious. Lorelei has the lowest levels, Bruno is Bruno, but Agatha? Her team is nasty. Confuse Raise, Toxic, Hypnosis, Double Team, Curse. I'll be cursing if she spams these moves. Let's at least give it a go, maybe it won't be as bad as I think. She leads Gengar and I lead Arcanine, hoping for Fire Blast to 2-shot. Gengar outspeeds and immediately uses Confuse Ray. Oh no. Come on Arcanine, just break through! Of course. And double team, perfect, just perfect. Oh, snapped out of confusion, and we hit. Just into the yellow, hopefully won't be a damage range, and confuse ray again. Just hit, it's simple, come on, breakthrough. Miss. Next turn, Shadow Punch deals small damage. Confused, hits itself, another Shadow Punch, and Arcanine is nearly knocked out. It breaks through, but misses. Okay, one more chance. Shadow Ball, we survive on 10. Fire Blast, misses. Getting this first KO with Arcanine is crucial, so I use one of the 8 Hyper Potions and give it another chance. Of course, there's Confuse Ray again. Hits itself. Shadow Punch. We're already back in the yellow. Hits itself again. Shadow Punch. And we're back on 10 again. And I'll just flip off Gengar, you stupid little grin. Haunter's cooler. I honestly want to reset, but decide to tough it out just for longer. Maybe learn a few things while we're here. I send in Rhyhorn. Its high defense should help it tank those meager punches, which, doing only 23 HP, not bad. And Rock Blast, 25 base power, 80% accurate. If it lands, it has the potential to be incredibly powerful. That's 1, 2, 3. Oh fuck. For full restore, takes Gengar back to full health. Oh, and we miss. How delightful. 80% chance, folks. What a blast. See what I did there? Yeah, of course. Double team, that's why we missed. Well, this isn't looking good, but I'm stubborn. Give me damage. We don't get damage. We do get poisoned, however, and yeah, I've seen enough. Get me out of here. That's attempt 1. Absolute failure. I need some fresh perspective. Attempt 2, this time leading with Rhyhorn. Turn 1 Toxic, but Rock Blast lands. Crit! 2 hits, alright, sure. And here's double team again. Rock Blast surprisingly lands. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. Good time to switch, I guess, to Arcanine as Agatha full restores. Fire Blast lands. All we need is one more. But there's Confuse Ray. Oh, goody. Arcanine hits itself. Come on, boy. I believe in you. Yes, well done. Fainted. 1 down. The weaker of the 2 Gengars is down. Golbat next. Child's play. Okay, I take that back. But maybe it can be a simple knockout for Rhyhorn. Well, let's heal that poison first of all, and bite. Oh no, that did more than I was expecting. And a second bite knocks out Rhyhorn. Alright, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Alakazam, go. Oh no, it's faster and Confuse Ray. Calm Mind, go, go, go. Air Cutter takes it low, but just break through. Yes! Get out of here, Golbat. Arbok next. We outspeed. Psychic. Crit didn't matter, but let's go. Level 58 Gengar. Yeah, no way we outspeed. Sludge Bomb easily knocking Zam out. I go Mr. Mime, and look, I don't even know why I went to Mr. Mime right here. But my man is dead. Next, I send out Nidoking. Oh, right, yeah, that's why I went Mr. Mime. All the king has is Poison Sting. Okay, you get it. We lose. The next attempt, Arcanine somehow KOs Gengar through confusion and, like, 2 double teams. As Golbat comes in, we switch to Weezing. Get a few smoke screens off, heal Arcanine, and eventually faint. Next comes out Rhyhorn, with awful accuracy, dodging the Confuse Ray, and Rock Blast. Let's count it. 1, 2, crit? Only 2. But Bite misses, and Rock Blast KOs. Arbok's in, with Intimidate and Iron Tail. Best to switch out to Arcanine. Resist the attack. And well, 1 Fire Blast PP, let's just go for it. Half health, and a burn. I don't trust Bite and Burn to KO next turn, so we swap back into Rhyhorn. Sludge Bomb does nothing, but poisons. Bite brings us low. Burn damage. I try and run away for some reason, and we switch into Nidoking. Kinda surprised, script writing Rory would have stayed in for Earthquake, knowing she'd heal, but hey, I'm a different person from who I was the other day. So she full restores, screeches, and Earthquake does around 2/3. Surprisingly, Nido lives Iron Tail at half defense, and takes the KO with Earthquake. Only 2 left, and Haunter is probably Agatha's weakest team member. At this point, Nido has outlived its usefulness, and we let it get knocked out. Back into Rhyhorn for the XP, let Haunter Hypnosis it, as it can only use Dream Eater, or Curse I guess, for damage. Now switching into Alakazam, please outspeed. He does? and the frail Haunter easily gets knocked out. Now only her stronger Gengar left. We stay in, just praying it does something that Alakazam can tank. Well, Shadow Ball, that's not what we wanted. But come on, we have 3 Pokemon left. 3v1 is easy, right? Granted, one's asleep, almost knocked out, and the other is level 37, but still, think positive here. We switch in Arcanine. Intimidate is crucial since Gengar only has physical attacks. And Nightmare. Switch out to Rhyhorn on Hypnosis. Yeah, I am good. Next, Mr. Mime. But that's Shadow Ball, rip. But that's okay, back into Arcanine, double Intimidate. And you know what? Back into Rhyhorn again. Let's get a third Intimidate. And we aren't even punished with Nightmare on the switch back into the dog. We don't have Fire Blast, but Bite will still deal decent damage. Shadow Balls deals a mere 21 HP. Bite is hopefully a 3-hit KO. And Hypnosis. Oh no. Gonna risk it, not heal. Sludge Bomb. We wake up. Bite. Yeah, Citrus Berry. Okay, 2 more bites needed. Hypnosis again lands. Sludge Bomb. We'll need to heal soon. Another Sludge Bomb. And we're still sleeping. Not risking it. Hyper Potion time. Gengar Nightmares, and we're still sleeping. And we get a crit. GG. Unless... Hold on. Rhyhorn, please. We need to Hyper Potion, but I think we can do this. Rhyhorn eventually wakes up. Rock Blast lands. 1, 2, 3. Crit. 4. Gengar down. Agatha down. Juicy XP for Rhyhorn obtained. Oh my goodness. By the skin of our teeth, we had to use a few Hyper Potions, but all within acceptable bounds, I'd say. Still 5 Hypers and 2 full heals. At this moment, I'm really thanking Arcanine has Intimidate instead of Flash Fire. I need a breather after that one. We heal all the way back up to prepare for the final Elite Four member, Lance. We have no Dragon Resist, so I'm very nervous about this fight, but 2 mid-Evo Dragonairs with their relatively low BST gives me a bit of hope. We walk through the door, talk to Lance. He leads with Gyarados, which luckily doesn't have a water move, and us with Weezing. The idea is to Toxic and or Smokescreen it to soften it up. And, oh. Great start. Well, Rhyhorn, Scary Face on the recharge turn. Now switching into Arcanine, tanking Dragon Rage. We Fire Blast because, yes, it will do more damage than Bite, but this isn't an ideal situation. And Hyper Beam. Rhyhorn out now, and on the recharge we need big damage Rock Blast. Or we can miss, of course. Rock type attacks just love being inaccurate. Come on, Rhyhorn. 1, 2. That's it. Fine, we can KO you next turn. Bite. Flinches. How foolish of me. Go, Nidoking. Poison Point. Nah. And I Earthquake. Yeah, I just misplayed now. Playing on 2 times speed, and I'm getting too hasty with it. Hyper Beam. We tank. And hey, let's try and get some value out of the king. Poison Sting. Which poisons? Though, here comes the full restore. Another Poison Sting. Poison. Awesome. We're at the point I hoped we'd be, turn 1 of the battle, with Weezing's Toxic. Nido faints next turn, and at this point I send in Mr. Mime. Hopefully baiting a Hyper Beam, which we do. Okay, now it's do or die. Alakazam Sweep is needed. We get +1, but a Hyper Beam would obliterate Zam, so we have to send it. KOing Gyarados. But all this is for naught, as Aerodactyl is out next, easily outspeeding and able to one-shot us. This is a Pokemon I really wanted Rhyhorn for, as any attack it could do would be resisted on him. So I hard switch in Rhyhorn, barely tank the hit, and heal the Rhino. Next turn, Ancient Power Omni boosts. Yeah, we quickly crumble after this, and that was attempt 1, an absolute failure. Attempt 2, let's actually do something with Weezing this time. Turn 1, Dragon Rage, great. Toxic lands. Now, can we Smokescreen? No, but with the recharge turn and poison, Rhyhorn comes in scot-free to Scary Face. Now switching into Arcanine, which outspeeds now, it bites, and flinch. Except Gary just barely hangs on. And yeah, Arcanine tries, but Gary KOs it in the next few turns. But Rhyhorn is in on a recharge turn. Come on, lad. Rock Blast for the knockout. 1, 2 crits. 3, Gary down. And a level up. Can't have Rhyhorn faint now or it won't evolve after the battle. Dragonair comes in. Let's try it. Outrage. that did more than I thought. But here comes Earthquake. Not bad, but we need to switch. Nidoking Poison Point maybe? At the cost of its life, we get it. But now it's confused. So Mr. Mime, boost up. Dragonair, hit yourself. Boost, hit yourself. Or Dragon Rage, I guess. Next turn, please hit yourself so Mime can Baton Pass. Nope. Last ditch effort, can Mime to sweep. But we saw this last run, and this time Dragonair does us in. Several more attempts are made. Our strat refined each try. For example, we start using Rhyhorn to take out Gyarados. And once or twice we even made it to Dragonite. However, something that's being made abundantly clear is this would be made a lot easier if we had Rhydon by now. It could help take out Gyarados more consistently, deal with Aerodactyl far better, which no other team member wants to deal with, as well as generally surviving longer against the Dragonairs and Dragonite. With that in mind, I made the hard decision to reset back to Lorelei and replan the path to victory, focused solely on maximizing Rhyhorn's XP. I'm not going to go over these fights again, but let me highlight the lengths I went to for this. For Lorelei, we now lead with Rhyhorn, switching into Nidoking as fodder. Now Weezing comes out, and it's just like we did it originally, except Rhyhorn gets XP. We settle with Alakazam as per usual and sweep, but when Cloyster comes out, look at its moveset. Safely switch into Rhyhorn, then back into Alakazam, and re-set up all the Cam Mines for the sweep. Things do go south as her last Pokemon Jinx KOs Alakazam, but if we win, then Rhyhorn gets some more XP. We switch into Mr. Mime to feint, and that Arcanine just hit. Please, please, yes! See? It's easy as pie. And we siphon some good XP for the Rhino. For Bruno, similar story. Takes us a few attempts, but he was never the toughest, so it's worth it to try and squeeze all the XP we can from him. Agatha time, and you can see Rhyhorn is almost 2/3 of the way to leveling up. Probably 2 or 3 Pokemon needed here. If we can solo a Mon, that'd be great. Leading with Rhyhorn for some free XP, the battle takes a few attempts, but as we're nearing the finale, just Golbat and Gengar left to our Alakazam and Rhyhorn. Zam brings it low, but is knocked out with Bite. Rhyhorn comes out, is hit by Confuse Ray. Just don't hit yourself. Ouch. At the very least, Alakazam with Future Sight, which I had hoped would target Gengar, will at least knock out Golbat. This looks bad, but Gengar only has physical moves, so maybe? Shadow Ball crit hits itself. We're gonna burn through some heals, but I'm determined to win this. The most important thing is we can tank 2 Shadow Balls with ease. Hypnosis, however, throws a spanner in the works. Wasting no time, we full heal. And good call as Gengar goes for Nightmare. Hypnosis misses this time, and Rock Blast lands. 1 crit. 2. Ugh, come on, dog, please. Hypnosis hits. Time to full heal. This will be worth it. Shadow Ball, Hypnosis. I'm losing hope now. This time I roll the dice. No Nightmare, please. Carp. But Rhyhorn woke up. Come on, son. 1, 2. Citrus Berry. Shadow Ball. 1 HP. 1, 2, 3. We have to heal. A few more Shadow Balls, and there. Finally, this was an utter struggle. We burned through a bunch of our resources, and I hope that wasn't a mistake. We've achieved victory again, but now Rhyhorn has evolved into Rhydon. Giovanni in shock and awe, not realizing this was possible. Let's see what difference this will make to the Lance battle. Here goes attempt 1 asterisk. We lead with Weezing all the same. Debuffing the lead is a strategy I've been fond of. Gyarados bites, crits, and flinches. Maybe this won't be the triumphant return I was hoping for. Still too early to give up though. I switch into the star of the show, Rhydon. It takes Bite head on, faring far better, only losing roughly a quarter health. Rock Blast time. Oh, this really isn't the run, huh? Bite again, and another flinch. Internally I was losing it. F off Gyarados, you big slug. Reset, 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 reset. But no, I didn't want to reset just yet. Let's tough it out. Gyarados Dragon Rages. There's a chance. Rock Blast. 1, look at that damage. 2, 3, crit KO? Rewarded for not resetting like a coward. Out comes Dragonair. We need to preserve Rhydon. I send Mr. Mime out and look away from the fate I've left him to. Now, with Dragonair locked into Outrage, it's the perfect time to calm mind with Alakazam. Dragonair becomes confused, but since it has Hyper Beam, we can't risk setting up further. Psychic gets it low, but yeah, it doesn't hit itself, and Hyper Beam. At least we can go Nido and grab the free KO while it recharges. Second Dragonair comes out. Let's just gun it. Earthquake. Crit. Amazing. Better the full restore is used here than on the Dragonite. Earthquake lands again, and another crit. This is why we don't reset immediately, folks. And takes it out the following turn. With a very disrespectful Poison Sting, I had to do it to him. Dragonite comes out. Aerodactyl still alive in the back. Outrage. Maybe Poison Point will activate? Yes! This keeps us in the game. We can't sacrifice Rhydon yet. Arcanine, we need you. Outrage. We live. Fire Blast, yeah, it's not much. Takedown probably would have been better here. Curiously though, Lance switches out to Aero at this point. Works for me. Guaranteed it can't knock out Rhydon even at its meager 35 hit points. Wing Attack only does about 20. 3 Hyper Potions left, we'll have to use one here. Back-to-back Ancient Powers, but fortunately no Omni Boosts. And now, Rock Blast. 1, 2, 3. So close. And Lance uses last full restore, which maybe that's a good thing? Better here than Dragonite. Come on, Rhydon, step up to the plate. 1, crit. 2, crit. Oh my word, we're blessed. Rhydon came back with a vengeance. Now only a poisoned Dragonite with no way to heal is left. Outrage hits. Can we tank it? Nope. Okay, just Arcanine left. We need to heal. Down to our last Hyper Potion. Outrage brings Arcanine all the way down again, and while the Citrus heals off a bit of damage, thankfully it was a 2-turn Outrage. We could risk the 50-50 and not heal here, but I really don't want to lose this attempt that went so well for us. It ends up hitting itself, but honestly, Dragonite may have tanked any of our attacks anyway. We go in for the kill, and Dragonite hits itself. We've done it. We technically could have saved that Hyper Potion, but I was not risking that. Lance is down. On our first try, asterisk. And what a roller coaster of a battle that was. Rhydon really showed us why we needed him, and I could not be prouder. Not everything went our way, however. We're about to face Blue with no Hyper Potions and only 2 full heals left. I honestly have no idea how we're going to beat him. We'll need to study the losses and adapt. If we lose, of course. But I'm sure we'll find a way. The fight begins. He leads with Pidgeot at level 59. We lead with Rhydon. You can't get a much better matchup than this. Though immediately, he Feather Dances. Okay, that's annoying actually. But at least Rock Blast lands. 2, 3, 4, crit! Interestingly, Gary withdraws Pidgeot into Rhydon. And this is what we have Weezing for. Immune to the Earthquake. And while he's struck with Takedown, he does easily survive. And retaliates with Toxic. At this point though, what should we do? I opt for Arcanine to get Intimidate and baiting Earthquake next turn. It tanks a Takedown, oof, that really does a lot. And immediately back into Weezing. Except, Rhydon Rock Tombed? Thankfully it missed, but that was unexpected. Now back into Rhydon. Except Earthquake? What is the AI cooking? How'd they predict me? At least we lived. And since Blue will heal here, let's just stay in an Earthquake. Taking it to the yellow, that's all I could ask for. Surely it'll Earthquake again now, so let's switch back into Weezing. Though it gets taken out next turn with Takedown. Now, Alakazam, please, you're fast. Good special attack. Do enough damage. Thank goodness, that was probably close. Out comes Gary, and this one knows Hydro Pump, so its threat level is definitely more than Lance's Gary. We switch to Arcanine, banking on it using Thrash. With Intimidate, he lives. We switch into Rhydon, praying it can tank 2 of these. 18 damage. Just barely, but we can. Down to 1 HP, come on Rhydon. Clutch it out for us. 3, 4, 5. We needed that Rhydon. You're the MVP of this team. Executor out next. Let's preserve Rhydon for the moment. Mr. Mime comes in. With Giga Drain, it tanks. Eggy only has 5 of these, so it's very possible we can stall it out of them. Then it'll only have Egg Bomb to attack us with. Mime uses Barrier. Might as well try for a sweep. Never mind. Egg Bomb hits this time. We switch in Arcanine for the Intimidate, hoping to outspeed and Fire Blast. But alas, not quite. This Arcanine is minus speed nature, and with 0 IVs to Executor's 30, yeah, I guess it's not too surprising. Next out Nidoking, to deplete Eggy's PP further before sending in our last hope, Alakazam. It's put to sleep and dies to a Giga Drain and Egg Bomb. Alakazam time, Calm Mind. We outspeed, but are quickly put to sleep, and a few Egg Bombs later, gets knocked out. That's attempt 1 gone, but I've learned a lot from this. If we can make it to Executor, getting a few more Intimidates off, I'm thinking we can set up on it, and the pathway to victory will become clear. A few attempts roll by, and while Pidgeot can be a pain with Feather Dance and Sand Attack, when we do get a good start, then Blue's Rhydon is actually very consistent. Tank Takedown, Toxic Hit. Switching to our Rhydon, Tank Takedown, then for some reason it almost always takes down again, and we can Earthquake for the KO. Basically, we could take out Blue's first 2 Pokemon with ease, and with Rhydon out on the field, entice Executor out again to set up for the big sweep. Though Executor is still a pain, with Sleep Powder it can easily wear us down. Eventually, however, we do manage to exhaust all of its attacks. Now we just need to time our attack when Light Screen goes down. Future Sight just in case, and Psychic. Next in Gary, we outspeed. Oh, it lives. Oh, and Thrash. Rhydon takes it out, but we are screwed against Blue's own Alakazam. Another loss, but I really think we've almost solved this. If we timed our Future Sight better, it would knock out Gary. Or if we'd managed to set a barrier and baton pass it to Alakazam, then I'm confident it'll live a Thrash. Some more attempts fly by, often making it to Executor, but I end up faking myself out and mistiming attacks with Executor's barrage of Light Screens and Sleep Powders. I end up knocking out Executor with Future Sight this time and, well, just crit Psychic and we'll win. Oh yeah, and Light Screen was still up. I was being stubborn here, but I could sense victory. As long as I keep a level head, it will happen, I'm sure of it. This time I'm pulling out all the brakes. Eggy in, Arcanine Intimidate, Nido switch in, Arcanine Intimidate, Nido in again, Arcanine Intimidate, Nido in, feints, Rhydon bait the Giga Drain, Arcanine Intimidate, fainted. That's 4 Intimidates. Now Wheezing, lower its accuracy. It manages to bring Executor to -3, Toxicking as well, before fainting. This is what it was all for. Mr. Mime's time to shine. Barrier. Never mind, -3 accuracy Sleep Powder just lands no problem, I see. It takes a while, but Mr. Mime does eventually wake up, the Egg Bomb dealing less than half health, but of course, Sleep Powder lands again. Why wouldn't it? Though Executor does nothing of value during this time, Mime finally wakes up, raises his defense further, and another Sleep Powder. How, for flip's sake, are you doing that? You should be missing. Finally waking up, getting the last barrier up for +6 defense, and then another Sleep Powder hits. How? You hacker? Executor is out of attacks though, so it really isn't causing any harm except for my mental state. Finally it can baton pass into Zam, who slowly but surely sets up 6 Calm Minds. And now it's time. Future Sight, wait a turn with Calm Mind. Now Psychic KO. Gary comes in. Future Sight lands. Psychic outspeeds and KOs. Gary's down to 2 Pokemon left. His strongest Pokemon Charizard switches in. Outspeeds, Fire Blast, no crit, no burn. We can do this. Psychic takes it to the red. Charizard slashes. No crit. Psychic KOs. I was celebrating at this point, entirely forgetting about his own Alakazam. It obviously outspeeds. Psychic does next to nothing. We recover because I'm scared. And now it's the Psychic Wars. But at +6, Sabrina's Alakazam proves itself to be superior, landing the knockout and securing victory over all of Kanto's Elite Four and champion. The team is registered into the Hall of Fame, and I am beat. Let's take a look at our heroes. Rhydon, our highest level, not too great as a Rhyhorn, but evolving proved to be crucial in securing victories over Lance and Blue. Absolute legend. Mr. Mime, not too useful for most of the run, but a surprise MVP for the Blue battle. Baton passing strats proving their effectiveness. Alakazam, a true menace. With Calm Mind and Recover, it can take on slower special attackers with ease, enabling sweeps. And Future Sight, I'm so glad turned out to be useful. Arcanine, Intimidate, sometimes Fire Blast, but yeah, that ability is OP. If it had Flash Fire, I don't know how we would have won. Nidoking, a lesser member of the team here, but its ability Poison Point proved its usefulness against Lance's Dragonite, and having a secondary Earthquaker was a nice insurance. Lastly, Wheezing, a great lead debuffer with Smokescreen and Toxic, granting free turns and big damage for little cost. Levitate as well played a huge role against Blue's Rhydon. Very glad I picked him over Koga's Muck. This team can be proud, knowing with their powers combined, the best of Kanto's gym leaders can indeed defeat the Elite Four. Maybe not Brock's Geodude, but the later half of gym leaders certainly. Now you all deserve a good rest. Thank you so much for watching. This was a fun, shorter challenge run to take on. I hope you all enjoyed. And if people like this, I can try making this a series. What regions gym leaders would you want me to try beating their Elite Four with next? That's all from me, everyone. Have a good day. I'll see you later.